Have you ever stopped to wonder just how much of your emotional life is quietly being shaped, maybe even controlled, by your phone? What would a Roman emperor say if he saw you scrolling endlessly, chasing likes, constantly comparing your life to the filtered snapshots of strangers? Would he double-tap the screen? Not likely. He'd probably hand you a piece of wisdom, something timeless, something dangerous that could completely reshape the way you live in this digital age. And here's the unsettling truth: he already did. According to Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So the question is, what kind of thoughts are taking up space in your mind lately? Quick reels, curated perfection, that endless twitchy urge to check if someone noticed you. We're not weak, we're just untrained. And in many ways, we are immersed in a system designed to exploit the exact vices Stoicism was created to confront. Philosopher William B. Irvine once said, "Social media offers us an endless supply of distractions and an equally endless supply of opportunities to practice Stoicism. Welcome to the Stoic Lighthouse, where we use ancient wisdom to illuminate modern chaos." If this message already sparked something inside you, hit that like button and consider subscribing. Let's grow this lighthouse together. In today's video, you're going to uncover 5 hidden traps of the digital world that are quietly draining your peace of mind, and how Stoic philosophy can help you build a mental shield against each one. And trap number 4 is the quietest and the most destructive. So grab your attention, you're going to need it. Let's begin. Number 1, constant comparison with others. You wake up, you check your phone, and before you've even brushed your teeth, you've already compared your entire life to the highlight reel of 3 strangers. The woman who seems to be traveling the world with a perfect smile, the guy with the six-pack, the $1 million company and the brand new Tesla, the influencer who appears serene, accomplished and untouched by chaos. But here's the uncomfortable question. Is any of that even real, or is it just a carefully constructed illusion, a curated window designed to mask the disorder behind the curtain? According to Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. While you're watching others perform a version of perfection, you drift further from becoming who you were meant to be. Stoicism doesn't ask you to compete. It asks you to return to your nature. Epictetus put it bluntly: if you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in external matters. And what are external matters today? Followers, likes, engagement. But none of these reflect your true progress, your peace, your virtue, your growth as a human being. Comparison in its modern form is envy in disguise. As pre-Socratic philosopher Heraclitus warned, envy blinds men, just as smoke blinds the eyes. Think about it. Every time you scroll past someone's perfect post, a part of you might whisper, "Why am I not there yet?" And that whisper grows. It distracts you from your own path. It steals your time. It drains your energy. According to William B. Irvine, one of the simplest ways to achieve tranquility is to stop comparing yourself to others and start comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. This is what the Stoics called your internal metric. Not how the world sees you, but how you measure your own alignment with your principles. Every moment you compare your life to someone else's, you're handing them the remote control to your self-worth. But when you look inward, when you ask whether you've become just 1% more patient, more focused, more just than you were the day before, you reclaim that control. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If you spend your days absorbing content that makes you feel smaller, anxious, or behind, what color is your soul turning? So, ask yourself in silence tonight, was I a little more resilient than yesterday? A little more honest? A little less reactive? Because those are the real milestones of progress. Stoicism is not about achieving someone else's ideal life. It's about realizing the potential already planted within you. And once you grasp that, the comparison ends and the transformation begins. Number 2, the endless hunger for external validation. You post a photo, you wait, you refresh, another like, another heart, a comment from someone you barely know, and for a fleeting moment, you feel seen, important, maybe even admired, but it fades quickly, and suddenly you need another hit. This is how it begins, the slow erosion of your self-worth, until it becomes entirely dependent on the reactions of others. Marcus Aurelius saw this danger long before smartphones existed. He wrote, "It is absurd to run away from other people's faults, which is impossible, and not try to escape your own, which is possible." The issue isn't that others don't value you. The issue is that you need them to. And when you depend on outside applause to feel real, you've already handed over the keys to your identity. Epictetus warned us clearly, "He who seeks praise is a slave to those who give it." Peace. That applies to claps, comments, retweets, followers, any metric designed to measure your worth in someone else's hands. And here's the painful irony. The more you seek validation from outside, the further you drift from your own center. As Sharon Lebell, in her modern rendering of Epictetus, reminds us, know what you can control and what you cannot. Craving approval is outside your control. Living with integrity is not. You can't dictate who likes you, but you can decide to live in alignment with your principles, your virtue, your purpose. Ryan Holiday, one of today's leading voices in Stoicism, puts it this way: don't care how things look, care about how they are. That means asking yourself not, will people notice, but rather, is this worthy of my character? That's exactly what Marcus Aurelius would ask himself. Over and over, is what I'm doing right now aligned with reason and justice, or is it just vanity in disguise? It's a powerful question, one that cuts through the noise and gets to the core of who you are. John Sellers, a contemporary Stoic scholar, writes that the Stoics weren't interested in living a life that looked good. They were interested in living a life that was good. That distinction is everything. Because once you stop chasing the approval of others, you're free to do something radical. Live for your own applause, not the clapping kind, the quiet kind, the kind that echoes in your conscience when no one is watching. The kind that says, today I did what was right, and I didn't need anyone to tell me I mattered. So next time you feel the urge to post something just to feel visible, stop. Ask yourself, is this coming from my essence or my emptiness? If it's the second, then maybe silence is your strongest statement and integrity your loudest voice. Number 3, emotional reactivity. You're calm until you're not. Someone posts something ignorant. A stranger leaves a passive-aggressive comment. You get tagged in a thread that feels like a subtle jab, and just like that, you're no longer in control. Your mood belongs to the screen. This is the trap of emotional reactivity, the constant temptation to answer every insult, respond to every post, defend every inch of your digital identity. But here's the hard truth. Every time you react without thinking, you're not just engaging, you're being programmed. According to Marcus Aurelius, the best revenge is to be unlike the one who caused the injury. Modern social platforms are engineered to reduce the space between stimulus and response. They provoke fast, and they reward faster. But Stoicism teaches us to expand that space, to build a pause between what happens and how we respond. James Stockdale, a naval officer who survived 7 years as a prisoner of war, credits his survival to one idea he learned from the Stoics. You can't control your environment, but you can control who you become in that environment. Even in solitary confinement, tortured and dehumanized, Stockdale chose his mindset. He chose his response, and that made him unbreakable. This is the power Stoicism offers. Not a guarantee of peace, but a way to be at peace, in chaos. As Chrysippus, one of the great architects of Stoic logic, once proposed, it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. What judgment are you applying to that tweet, that DM, that political post that triggered you at 11 p.m.? Pierre Hadot, a modern scholar who studied Stoicism as a way of life, believed that daily practice of inner discipline was the foundation of peace. He called it spiritual exercise, not in a mystical sense, but as mental training. Philosophy is a rehearsal for living. If that's true, then every irritating notification is practice. Every rude comment is a test. Massimo Pigliucci, one of today's leading Stoic voices, offers a modern framework for this. Between the situation and your reaction, there is a choice. And in that choice lies your power. This is the Stoic pause, the sacred space where freedom lives. So next time your finger hovers over reply, try something different. Breathe. Step back. Ask yourself, is this response helping me live the kind of life I respect? Because the strongest person in the room is the one who doesn't need to prove it. Number 4, the silent theft of time and focus. It always starts the same way. Just 5 more minutes. But somehow, an hour disappears. Then another, until you're left with the sinking realization that you've been busy doing nothing. You didn't rest, you didn't build, you didn't reflect, you just consumed. This is the trap no one talks about, the passive bleeding of our most valuable resource, attention. Seneca, writing 2,000 years ago, saw it coming. He warned, "The greatest loss of life is delay. It snatches away each day by not recognizing its value. We don't waste time the way we used to, by procrastinating or daydreaming. Today, distraction hunts us down. Notifications chase us. Algorithms feed us noise dressed as urgency. You sit down to focus. A buzz, a ping, a scroll, a video. And just like that, your intention vanishes." Marcus Aurelius, even as the ruler of the Roman Empire, knew how fragile attention could be. He reminded himself daily, "Do not let your mind be stolen. You cannot be of two minds. You can't chase clarity while constantly giving your attention away. You can't build depth when your focus is split into 1,000 pieces." Tim Ferriss, a modern thinker who embraces Stoicism in the context of productivity and decision-making, offers a brutal insight. Being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, lazy prioritization. Every moment you give to mindless content is a moment stolen from something that could shape your soul. Musonius Rufus, one of the lesser-known but most practical Stoics, believed that training the mind required the same kind of rigor as training the body. He taught his students, "Discipline is the foundation of freedom." And what is freedom if not the ability to direct your time where it matters? Donald Robertson, psychotherapist and author of How to Think Like a Roman Emperor, connects this with modern psychology. Our modern distractions are not neutral. They shape our habits, and habits shape our character. This isn't just about wasting time, it's about who you're becoming while you waste it. Every swipe, every scroll, every impulsive tab switch, these are not harmless, they're investments. The question is, are they investing in your future or subtracting from it? Pierre Hadot called philosophy the art of focusing on the essential. But how can we focus on the essential if we can't sit through 10 seconds of silence? Here's the Stoic practice. Before bed, look at your day. Ask yourself without judgment or excuse, did I live with intention or did I just drift? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is the beginning of discipline. Because, as Marcus Aurelius warned, it is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to truly live. And you don't start truly living until you take back your time. Number 5. Noise, overload, and the death of clarity. Have you ever reached the end of your day feeling mentally drained, but you barely did anything? No meetings, no hard labor, just scrolling, clicking, skimming, switching. That's not exhaustion from effort. That's cognitive fatigue. A silent overload caused by one thing: noise. We live in a world saturated by stimuli, alerts, headlines, hot takes, updates, short videos, endless threads. Everything is urgent, everything is loud, but almost nothing is essential. Heraclitus, a philosopher who inspired the Stoics, warned us long ago, much learning does not teach understanding. Today, we confuse volume with wisdom. We confuse data with clarity. We consume everything and retain nothing. Tales of Miletus, one of the earliest thinkers to see rational order in the cosmos, believed that truth required quiet observation. But you can't observe anything if your attention is being yanked in 30 directions before breakfast. Pierre Hadot, in his study of ancient philosophy as a way of life, believed that inner silence wasn't a luxury, it was a duty. What we repeat in our minds becomes who we are. So what are you repeating? Breaking news, viral outrage, surface-level opinions repeated like gospel. How much of what you think is truly yours? Sharon Lebell offers a modern warning wrapped in ancient wisdom. Guard your mind as you would your home. Not everything deserves entry. You wouldn't let just anyone barge into your house. Why let just any content barge into your thoughts? Naval Ravikant, a tech entrepreneur and modern Stoic, sees it with clarity. The ability to be alone with your thoughts is one of the greatest skills you can develop in the modern world. But noise is addictive. Noise keeps you reactive, and reactivity keeps you from thinking deeply, from questioning, from becoming. That's the danger, not just distraction, but distortion. A life lived in constant digital noise is not just noisy, it's disconnected. From others, from nature, from yourself. So here's your Stoic checkpoint. When consuming any content, ask one simple question. Is this making me calmer, clearer, wiser? If the answer is no, close the tab, turn off the feed, step into the silence, because silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. Marcus Aurelius put it best. Nothing should be more valued by you than your own mind. Take care of it. And caring for it starts with filtering what you allow in. You've just seen 5 digital traps, 5 subtle, seductive forces pulling you away from yourself. Constant comparison, the craving for validation, emotional reactivity, time theft, mental noise. And maybe you recognized yourself in one of them, maybe in all of them. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is awareness, the kind of inner clarity that lets you see the system for what it is and choose differently. Because here's the most Stoic truth of all. You don't need to escape the digital world. You just need to stop losing yourself inside it. Marcus Aurelius fought real wars, but his greatest battles were always internal. He journaled not to impress others, but to remain sane, steady, human. He never intended his writings to be published. Yet 2,000 years later, his thoughts are speaking directly to you. The soul becomes stronger by resisting. And Marcus Aurelius. But resistance doesn't mean rebellion. It means discipline. It means noticing the impulse to scroll and pausing instead. It means catching yourself mid-comparison and returning to your own path. It means reclaiming your mind, not to isolate it, but to fortify it. As William B. Irvine reminds us, the Stoic mind doesn't flee the world. It stays in it, but remains whole. So now comes the real question. Will you keep handing your attention to algorithms, or will you take the wheel and start steering your consciousness again? Let me know in the comments below. Which one of these 5 traps do you struggle with the most? This space is here for reflection, not distraction. If this video gave you a moment of clarity, just one insight worth remembering, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And of course, subscribe to the Stoic Lighthouse, because here every video is a flame to rekindle your essence. Before you go, let me leave you with this. In our next video, we're going to expose a silent mental habit that could be sabotaging your life without you even knowing. You're playing the victim and don't even know it. The Stoics warned us, but almost no one listened. You won't want to miss this. Do not aspire to be noticed. Aspire to be unshakable. Until next time, stay strong, stay present. See you in the next video.